Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Santosh and we are doing 100 different things that you can do on WordPress. If you haven't watched the first video, which is this, the second video, which is this, and third video, which is this, please watch these videos before you start this video. We are on item number 32, which is configuring the blog page. Let's start it from here. Please like the video, share the video. It will just take you about 10 seconds to like the video and then 10 seconds to share the video. But this will help me a lot. Please trust me. Share this with your friends and subscribe to the channel as well. It will help me make more useful content like this for WordPress or any other platform that you like. So this is the WordPress site that we have created. As you can see, it's very looking very nice. It is ecotales.np.uk. Go to the admin area, which is your dashboard. To configure the blog post page then, which is the central hub for articles, what you do is you go to the settings and then you go to reading. The reading settings ensure that your blog posts are shown across WordPress. So ensure that the first your homepage displays your latest posts is selected. If you have a separate homepage that we had created earlier, you can do that as well. You can select the page and then the post page over here, and you will have individual pages for that. I deleted that because I didn't need that at the moment. So I will set it to your latest posts. Blog page shows at most 7 posts. This will be 10 by default. I set it to 7. Syndication page shows the most recent 10 items. You can make it 15 or 20 as well if you want. By default, this is full accept. Click as accept and ensure that you don't tick this box because this will disable search engine from indexing your site. So uncheck this and click on save changes. So that is how you configure your blog page. The next is to set up categories. Categories allow you to organize blog posts that you create. So let's go to posts and categories on the left hand side. Once you click on that, you will end up here. By default, you see uncategorized, which is the default category the WordPress selects. Over here, then, we can just click a category. I will just say this is story, and then slug will be story, and here assign this for stories. I will put this as I will make this as ad category. So we have a story which you can assign. We have a story category now. You can assign this to the post where you write a story. The next thing is to set up tags that improves the content discovery. For example, stories can be anything, like it can be a mystery story, it can be a novel, it can be a thriller, it can be a comedy story. All these can be done. So click on tags on the left hand side under posts. Over here, I'll show you how you can set up. For example, it will be success story. You assign the tag success, add this for success stories, and then click the after the writing the description and slug name and name, you can click on add tag. Ensure that these are meaningful. For example, one more, I will show you one more mystery. The name is mystery, the slug is mystery. These can be different as well. It's up to you to create the categories and tags. And then once that is done, you can click on add tag. And one more, I will do one more just for you. It is thriller or maybe motivational. Motivational, and I will copy the same thing. Motivational stories. So that is how you add tags to improve the content discovery. It will categorize first. You will categorize first when you create a post, then you will add the tag, and then the next thing is configure reading options. I already covered this. If you don't remember, go to settings and then reading. You select reading from this floating panel, and this is where you configure the reading settings. The next is configure discussion settings. This manages comments. So how you do that is you go to settings and then discussion. Under discussion, you have default post settings. So you can see that let all of these be checked. For example, what this will do is they will help you to individual post may override the setting. Change here will only be applied to the new post. Whenever a new post is created, all these get assigned. That is where the default post discussion settings come in. For example, attempt to notify any blog link to from the post. Whenever someone links your blog post, you will get the email or notification on the WordPress. Allow link notifications from other blogs. Whenever someone pings your article, you will get a notification. So if you don't check this, users will not be able to post a comment. So please ensure that this is checked. Allow people to submit comments on your posts. Other settings, you can disable or enable user comment by default. For example, automatically close comments for an old post. It will say the post is older than 100 days. It will automatically close the comments on that particular post. So ensure that the comments are turned on. Over here, let's see. User must fill out the name and email address to submit a comment. Ensure that this is checked, or you can also check this if you are facilitating the registration process on WordPress. So when to close the comment on, suppose there is an article that you write on 3rd of August, and after 15 days you want to block the comments, you can do 15 over here. Okay. By default, it is 14. So these are not important. Let me come down. We can go ahead and say break comments into pages, and each page has 25 common pages to display by default. Let's go ahead and say last page. Newer comments are displayed on the first page. Okay, on top of each page, newer comments are displayed. Anyone posts email notification you get when anyone posts a comment, both these are checked. A comment is held for moderation. I don't like moderation on my comments, so I will uncheck that. Before a comment appears, comment must be manually approved. I don't want to manually approve, so I will uncheck that. Comment authors must have a previously approved comment. I will uncheck that. Hold a comment in queue if it uses a word something like this. Fuck, bitch, nigger. You can go ahead and write, disable the words like this. Okay. And all of these are there. You can show the avatars. So maximum rating, you can select the appropriate thing that you like over here. I keep it for G, which is suitable for all audience. By default, let's assign the retro generated ID. Click on save, and what this will do is this configured the discussion settings. Now configure the media setting, standard image for all sizes. Let's go ahead and find that. If I go to media on the left hand side and the settings, you can see the width, the thumbnail size matters. So by default, the thumbnail size is 150 by 150. You can change that if you want. That is the thing that gets displayed over here. Let me show you. It gets displayed over here on the left hand side or the right hand side. That is the image. Okay. The next is maximum width is 300 by 300. You can change this if you want. I will keep it at width is 300, height is 300. So large size 1024 by 1024. This is what I usually use on the main post page. So I will keep it there. Organize my uploads into month. This will make your job easier. So click on save changes. Nothing to change over here. That is how you configure media setting with standardize the image sizes across WordPress. Configure the writing settings. It will help you to configure the writing settings. Again, under settings, go to writing. Over here, the default post category, I will assign this as a story because I will be posting story. This is the one, this is the category that we just created a little while earlier. Default format, default post format will be standard. If you are posting an image, select image. If you are posting quotes, select quote. If you are selecting, if you are posting statuses, select statuses. If you are posting videos, select videos, so on and so forth. That is default post comment. Post via email. This will help you to send the post via email, but you should have your SMTP settings handy for this. So I won't add anything over here, here, or here because I won't be posting using SMTP. I will prefer to post it right over here by creating a new post. Okay. Default mail category. Again, you can just category set up a category for this if you want. Update service is same. Click on save changes because we made a change. The next thing is to set up users and roles, manage access levels. So over here, if you go to users on the left hand side, and if you click on all users, you will get the users that are there on the system. So here we can create a user, create a role, assign a role, so on and so forth. The first thing is adding a user. I will just say add user. You can create a user, for example, unregistered. Email, you can put an email for it. I will just put unreg. You are at yotmail.com. First name and last name would be unregistered and unregistered. Website will be anything that you like. The role over here is the SEO editor if you are giving permission or hiring a SEO editor. SEO manager if you are hiring a SEO manager. Contributor if you want other people to contribute to your WordPress account. Author by default if you want someone to write on your WordPress. Editor if you want to give them edit permissions. So by default, this will be contributor. That is how you configure the role and add a user. A role is assigned to a user that gives you granular control over the WordPress accounts. So it manages the access levels as well, which is nothing but the granular controller you need. For example, all those roles that we saw. Now, as you can see, we have a role as administrator, and the other unregistered users I will assign the contributor roles. The next is enable 2FA login. This is something that you can do. So you can go ahead, you can click on send password reset for this, and let's see if that works. Okay, now I will go to yotmail.com, and if you look, if I just say UR, we didn't get any mail over here from our WordPress account. What that button will do is if everything is configured, if your mail is configured, it will go ahead and send the password reset confirmation for that particular user. So now 2FA status says unconfigured. How to change it? If you click on edit again, if you come down a little, as you can see, as I told you, the send emails is not configured yet. So your site is not configured to send the emails. That is why it is not sending the emails. I just wanted to see it here. For 2FA configuration, I will use a plugin. So let's leave this for now. I will show this to you, or let's ask, okay, if you go to profile, users profile, you get the WordFence login security. This is the feature of WordPress, WordFence login security. So you can activate the 2FA login process for the user. You just click on activate 2FA and it will go ahead and help you to add that feature. Okay, but you will have to, if you use CAPTCHA support, you would have to get the CAPTCHA API from Google and then configure it. But this is how you configure it. This is where you configure it, guys. Okay, because I don't want to, configure it right away. I will leave it for now. I will have to add this to the authenticator app, which is Google, and then configure it. I can't show you this on the uh, WordPress screen. So let's leave that, but that is where you do it. But to configure this, you should ensure that in your plugins, you should have this plugin, which is WordPress login security. This will help you these two plugins will help you to configure the 2FA. Okay, wonderful. The next is change default admin username prevents brute force attacks. So how you do it is you go to users, all users, and then over here you can just click on edit, and see if you can change the default admin username. I have changed it from username admin to admin123, so our account is already done. You can Additionally, you can assign a nickname to the admin and you can display the admin user name publicly as something that you put over here. This is where you do this. The next thing is then you click on update profile if you make any changes. The next thing is limit login attempts. Okay. To do this, you can check the settings over here under the same tab, which is all users. You can click on edit. I forgot where this particular thing is. What we can do is we can ask Gemini for this. Let's go to Gemini. Where to find this? Again, it is telling you that we need to install a plugin. So I know how to do it using a plugin. You would just go to plugins. You could add a plugin, and then what you can do is you can search for a plugin, something like limit login, and you get all of these. For example, you have all these, which is 2 million, 5 million. You can install any of this and you can do it. So this says that we already have a plugin called as WordFence. So over here in the WordFence, if you go to login security, what you can do is you can limit the logins. I think it is under settings. Okay, we don't have anything for this. If I go to firewall, this is to ensure that your WordPress doesn't get brute force attacks. Rate limiting is for everything across the page. You can control things like this that will help you to block the user for a particular amount of time. That is for crawler though. The best part is you can install plugins or WordPress for all these things. Then to disable XML-RPC, this is the security abuse. Again, there is a plugin for this. Again, the easiest way is to use the plugin, which is disable XML-RPC. So we won't do that. I already showed you how to install plugins, so I won't cover them again and again. So install SMTP plugin, I will cover this. So if you go to plugins on the left-hand side, if you click on add plugin, if you click on install, if you write SMTP plugin over here in the search box, You can go ahead and install the 4 million active users one. You can connect it with Gmail, Outlook, SendGrid, or any other providers. Click on Activate. What this is doing is it will set up the SMTP for your account. So once it is set up, click on Let's Get Started, and it will ask you what provider you want to use. I would like to use Gmail, so I will select Gmail. Again, save and continue. I click on I understand and click on save and continue. Over here, the one-click support is available for the Pro feature. It is the Pro feature, so I will not use it. You will have to put the authorized redirect URL. So you can set a redirect URL. So for this, for example, I would have to set up a redirect URL. I'm thinking if I need a page, okay, it doesn't know how to do it as well. But you would have to connect the URL. I will just say connect and let's see if the authorization goes through. So OAuth was not found by the developer, so this is a useless plugin for me. So what I can do is I can delete this plugin, but that is how you try to set it up. If I go to install plugins, deactivate the plugin. That is how you deactivate the plugins, guys, by the way. And delete because it will consume a lot of resources. I want to remove that. So that is done. That is how you attempt to install the SMTP plugin. You can try anything you want. Configure contact form. This should be pretty simple, but we again have to install a plugin for this. WP Forms is the one of the best. Let's see. As I told you, WP Forms is the best, or you can use Ninja Forms as well. So no, the default is not there. So let's go ahead and install one of this and then the video. Actually, this video is taking a little bit of time. So what I will do is we will stop at item number 44, and in the next video I will show you a little more about the WordPress. So we covered from the item number 32 and we reached up to 44. Each of this is a challenge in itself that you have to master. Thank you so much for watching. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe to the channel as well. It will just take you 20 seconds to press the share button and share it across Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or pin it on Pinterest. It will help me a lot. Thank you so much for your time. I love you all. Happy learning. And my channel is youtube.com at axsantosh. Please check these videos before you start learning from this video. Thank you so much.